Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shemal, Shabbat, Shemakar, Kodash. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. And I'm going to entitle this video, in order for you to teach the law, you have to know the law. You can't tell people, oh, you got to keep this law and you got to keep that law. You got to know the law, and you got to know, I'm talking about primarily the first 5 books of Moses. You can't cherry pick a scripture and say, oh, you're not keeping this, or you should be keeping this, and it's the law, and I keep all the laws, but not understand in particular. Let's go to a particular scripture. You're teaching somebody the law. Oh, you're breaking this law. You're breaking this law. And you pull out the scripture, but you don't read it in context. You don't read the first verse. So another title I was going to give this was a commentary on Pastor and his crew get dismantled by the word, IUIC Sacramento, California. So what I'm going to do is, this is just, I'm not going to actually do the video right now, but after I close this video, I'm going to do the video some minutes thereafter. But you can see here, this is IUIC Sacramento, California. You have a church out there, and there is, you can tell. I watched about not even 6 minutes of a almost 20-minute, 19-minute video, and you can tell these are not Baptists that scream and holler. You see, he has a scripture, the Bible, and they look like they study the scripture. They look like they open the scriptures. They go on the subjects. They don't have praise breaks. They come off like people that are seriously into the scriptures, but they really don't understand the scriptures, but they understand some scriptures. All right. So what I'm going to do is, let me do this and bring this back to show you. See the IUIC cat individual. Let me come back. Let's get a better picture right here. Okay. So you can clearly see that they're IUIC, and they basically go into the law, telling these guys to keep a particular law. In particular, let me come back. He gets on this individual, I guess he's one of the head pastors, about him having a bald head. So this individual right here, I don't know his name, he says, how does he say it? He said, oh, that's talking about, making your head bald for the dead. But we're going to go into the scriptures. We're going to focus on, what is this? Leviticus, matter of fact, Leviticus 21:5, but we're going to go to the first verse, and we're going to read into the scripture to see who that applies to. When you quote a law, you gotta deal with the context of that law. There's certain things that a priest does as opposed to just an Israelite. Like the Levitical priests, they were under laws that the other rest of Israel didn't have to necessarily follow those same laws. Like, for example, and it's in Leviticus 21, a priest cannot wife or marry a woman that's been with another man. He cannot marry a woman that has been divorced. He cannot marry a woman that's a widow. Now, among the rest of Israel, the men we're talking about, they can marry a woman that was divorced under the law of Moses. Now, Yahushua said, well, they were wicked, so that happened because of their wickedness. But as it was from the beginning, they're not supposed to divorce except for the law of adultery, which is fornication. So an average Israelite, a Judite, he can get with a widow. he can get with a woman that's been divorced. But the Levites, they can't. They cannot get with a widow. They cannot get with a woman that lay with a harlot. It even tells you about the dead. They cannot go around any dead body except for their immediate family, and that doesn't include their sister, unless the sister is a virgin with no husband. If she's married to a man and she dies, the brother, which is a priest, cannot go before that woman. He can only go before his father that's dead, his mother that's dead, his sons, his daughters, and his brothers. And it's in the case of the sister, if she's a virgin, she's never been touched by a man. All right? So these guys are bringing out these precepts and bringing out the law and saying you got to keep the whole law. They really don't understand the context of that particular law, Leviticus 21, verse 5. So, watch out for it. Like I said, this is just I guess you can say this is a little teaser, but I'm going to say shalom.